So picture this. You're looking down at your dinner plate and you start to wonder, are these potatoes secretly spiking my blood sugar? It's a really good question, and honestly, it kind of challenges everything we think we know about one of the world's most popular, comforting foods. I mean, we all love them, right? But what exactly are they doing inside our bodies?
Well, welcome to this explainer. Today, we are unpacking what we call the potato and blood sugar paradox. We're diving straight into the fascinating and sometimes surprising relationship between the potatoes on our plate and our metabolic health. There is literally so much more to the starchy vegetable than meets the eye, and figuring it out might just completely change how you approach your meals.
Here's our roadmap for today. First, we've got the blood sugar problem. Second, the glycemic index explained. Third, cooking and resistant starch. Fourth, the French fry risk. And finally, smart pairing and moderation. All right, let's kick things off with section one, the blood sugar problem, and exactly why carbohydrates matter here. So here's the deal with potatoes. At their core, they're super nutrient dense, absolutely, but they are also incredibly starchy. Because they pack significantly more carbohydrates than non-starchy veggies, like say broccoli or spinach, eating a large portion all at once hits your system fast. We're talking about a rapid carbohydrate load that essentially causes a sharp, quick rise in your blood sugar. Moving right along to section two, the glycemic index explained. Spoiler alert here, not all potatoes are created equal. To actually understand how different potatoes affect us, we rely on something called the glycemic index. You can kind of think of it as a speedometer. It measures exactly how quickly a specific food bumps up your blood sugar levels. A food with a low score? Nice, slow, steady rise. But potatoes, they generally land anywhere from moderate, which is around 50 on the scale, to high, which can be over 100. And simply put, the higher that number, the faster your blood sugar is going to shoot up. And the hidden difference between the varieties you buy is just staggering. On one hand, you have the Nicola potato sitting pretty at a moderate glycemic index of 55. But on the other hand, you've got the classic russet potato clocking in at a massive 111. That means if you eat a russet, your blood sugar reacts way faster and way more intensely than it would with a Nicola. Your choice in the grocery aisle literally dictates your body's chemical response. Crazy, right? Okay, section three, cooking and resistant starch. These are the science-backed kitchen hacks you absolutely need to know. Because it turns out, it's not just about the type of potato you buy, it's about how you prep it. And this is a real game changer. How you cook a potato completely rewires its chemistry. Research actually shows that baking or microwaving your potatoes yields a lower glycemic index compared to boiling them. Just by switching up your cooking method, you are actively shifting how your body processes those carbs. Which brings us to the absolute magic of resistant starch. Resistant starch is basically a type of carbohydrate that acts like a total rebel in your digestive system. It literally resists being broken down into glucose. And because it skips that breakdown, it dramatically reduces the impact on your blood sugar. It's pretty much the ultimate dietary hack, and the coolest part is you can manipulate how much of it is in your food. So here is exactly how you do it. Freshly cooked, piping hot potatoes, they don't have a ton of resistant starch. But if you cook them, pop them in the fridge to chill completely, and then eat them, you physically change the structure of the starch itself. There was this fascinating study showing that women who ate these chilled potatoes had noticeably lower blood sugar and insulin levels 15 to 30 minutes after eating compared to when they ate freshly boiled ones. It's like a biological life hack you can do in your own kitchen. Now we have to look at section four, the French fry risk. The stakes here are high. When it comes to long-term health, particularly type 2 diabetes, the data paints a pretty sharp contrast. Eating a ton of potatoes, especially French fries, carries some serious risk. Check this out. Consuming just 3 extra servings of French fries a week bumps up your risk of developing type 2 diabetes by a staggering 20%. But there's an incredible dietary swap you can make. If you replace those fries with whole grains, you actually drop your risk by 19%. That is a huge swing. And unfortunately, the danger just scales up the more you eat. This number, right here, 27%, is crucial to remember. There's strong evidence showing that if you're eating 5 or more servings of fries per week, your risk of type 2 diabetes shoots up by 27% compared to folks who rarely eat them. So the preparation method, combined with the sheer volume of this specific potato format, is heavily linked to this negative health outcome. Let's wrap things up with section 5, smart pairing and moderation. Basically, how to eat your potatoes safely. Because let's be real, you aren't usually eating potatoes in a vacuum. What you eat alongside them matters immensely. If you pair your potatoes with complex nutrients, like protein, it puts the brakes on your body's overall digestion. And since protein doesn't really impact your blood sugar on its own, it totally blunts that post-meal spike. Plus, if you add dietary fiber to your meal, it slows down carbohydrate absorption even further. By building a balanced plate, you actively take control of that spike.
The other big piece of the equation is volume. Now, there are no strict, carved-in-stone official guidelines for potato intake, but some experts suggest a pretty helpful moderation target for adults, keeping your daily potato intake to about 100 grams or less. By sticking to a smaller portion size, you get to enjoy all that comforting taste and those good nutrients without totally overwhelming your cells with a massive carb dump all at once. Now, I want to be entirely transparent with you all here. The overall scientific research is a bit mixed. We definitely need more studies to nail down exactly how many potatoes are too many. Some studies draw a hard line connecting high potato intake to elevated blood sugar, while others honestly show no real association at all. But given what we do know about carbohydrate loads, utilizing these smart preparation tricks, like chilling for that resistant starch and pairing your potatoes with protein and fiber, is absolutely your best, smartest bet. So we've covered the biology, we've uncovered the hidden numbers of the glycemic index, explored the absolute magic of resistant starch, and faced the hard data around French fries. You now have the exact scientific insights you need to take control of how your body processes this beloved food. So I'll leave you with this final, provocative question to chew on for your very next meal. Are you going to chill your potatoes? Or maybe swap out those fries for whole grains tomorrow? The choice and the health benefits are entirely in your hands. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.